Thank you so much again for joining this webinar. We really appreciate your time, and we're going to start right away. It's going to be just about the best practices of event apps. I know a lot of us over here are event organizers who have used multiple event apps at different events, who've used multiple event apps at their own events, and every time you use an event app, everywhere you go, you find something different. You know, every event app has some unique features, something slightly different, and every event organizer is, do I need this? Do I not need this? Should we have this? Shall we not have this? So one thing that I would like to say is that each event is very unique. You have every event has its own distinct set of attendees, its own distinct set of participants, and its own, soul and its own nature in a way. Like every event is slightly different. Some events are totally focused on exhibitors, vendors, getting people to meet vendors, suppliers, and vendors together, and buyers together. Some events are totally organizational events, which are like getting people to meet, networking events, getting people to connect with each other, meet people that they haven't met from different parts of the organization. Some events are purely educational events. So each event has its own unique features, its own unique participants, and its own unique app needs, as I would call it. Because you cannot have one, you can always go to one event and see that, okay, this event had this and this and this, but that app might not be suitable for your event at all. So what we're going to do today is we're going to see at all the different best practices, all the different features that are available in event apps around these days. And we're going to focus on some of the features that Event2Mobile has in its app. That will help you kind of distinguish what features you need for your events, what will be ideal for your events, what will not be ideal for your events, etc. So today, moving forward on today's webinar, the speakers are myself, Varun Kashyap. I am a director at Event2Mobile here at our New York office. We also have with us Mihir Shah. Mihir is one of our senior product heads and also manages some of our the largest client portfolios as a project manager as well. So, hey Mihir, are you there? How you doing?
Hey Varun, yeah. How are you guys?
Great. So, moving forward, just giving a quick introduction to everybody about Event2Mobile. Guys, Event2Mobile, I don't know if you guys already know, I know a lot of you already know us, but for those who don't know us, Event2Mobile is one of the oldest players in the event apps game. We've been in the industry for over almost 6 years now. We started doing event apps way back in 2008 when event apps was like something that people didn't even know what that means, literally, because apps were so new with the launch of the new iPhone and Steve Jobs changing the way we work completely. So a quick, background how we got into event apps was like my CEO. He was the founder and he was the visionary behind Event2Mobile. He was actually attending the CTIA event, the CTIA large trade show, and he was there back in 2007, walking around this huge trade show. And he couldn't find anything. He was like, how do I get to this booth? How do I find the vendors that I'm looking for? How do I find this guy? How do I find this session? And then it came to his head that why don't we have an app? We were already a software development company, and he's like, why doesn't somebody build an app that helps you do this, helps you get to, find what you're looking for? So that's how, initially event apps came about, was a better replacement for event books, the guidebooks that are still given out at events, but making it more real-time, making it easier for people to find what they're looking for, find a vendor, find a session, find a location within the event on the tap of a button just by clicking on the phone. That's how Event2Mobile came about, and I believe a lot of other apps sprung up around the same time, so there were a lot of people who were facing similar things. So that's how the basic event apps came around, and I think all the top event apps that are around today propped up around this time between 2008 and 2010, and the event apps really started picking up as a must-have, like literally around 2012, where every event organizer, every event got to understand that, hey, you know what, we need an event app. It's not something that we could or we should have. It's something that we have to have. And and that's when the apps also started evolving, because I think the only way any product be it an event app or be it Facebook or be it any product, the only way a product can evolve and get better is by actual user feedback. You know, when people use your app, when hundreds and thousands of people use your app, like we're 20, 100, 200 people designing a product. You know, we're just 200 heads, but when it goes out and you get feedback from thousands of people, that's when you get to know this guy was actually using it in a real-time environment, and this is what he suggested. This is something amazing. We should definitely add it to our product. And that's how products evolve, and that's how Eventimobile evolve. We work very closely with our event organizers. We always promote them to do a post-event survey on usability of the event app, on features that their audience would like to look. And we try and incorporate that as much as possible into our product to make it, you know, better for the future events. So breaking down an event app and even Eventimobile into a few core modules that kind of define event apps and the way people are, what people expect. Because these days it's not like, you know, we are giving you an event app. These days it's like attendees are like, hey, do you guys not have an event app? Okay, does your event app do this? Because attendees are very educated these days. It's not like, we're not talking about times where attendees used to be like, oh, wow, these guys have an event app? Oh, wow, that's something totally amazing. That's out of the world. We're not living in that world anymore. This is 2015, and it's almost over. We're coming to 2016 very soon. Now, attendees are very educated. Even like, you know, any age group you see, any demographic you see, we do events for all kinds of demographics. We do the youngest events for organizations where they're doing inductions of absolutely new, fresh graduates for joining their companies, and they're doing induction events, retreats for them to get them immersed into the company organization. And we also do events that are as large as the Schwab Impact 2015, the Schwab Impact event, which is one of the largest financial events, where you have demographic of people coming like 50, 60 years old who've been in the investment banking portfolio forever. And, you know, everybody is using event apps these days, and everybody has expectations from the event to do something out of the world these days. They're not just expecting to go to an event, sit and do sessions, yawn through the sessions, and then come back home. They want to have that experience. They want to be wowed by the event every time. And every time they come back to an event, they expect it to be better than it was the last time. So the same thing goes with event apps. Event apps help you to get that wow experience. But the point is not just getting them the wow experience. The wow experience should come out of actually solving problems for them by providing them tools that make it simple and easy for them to do what they really wanted to do. So some of the tools that I think are really, really important these days to make that event successful, to make it easy for events to get what they need, and to make their event experience amazing are listed over here. So we break down like 6 core modules into an event app, a personalized agenda that helps you view your only sessions that you're interested in, your meetings, if you have meetings planned at the event, all put down into one single place so you don't have to walk around the app. You don't walk around a guidebook to find where you're going next. You get alerts when the session is about to begin. That makes the attendee's life so much easier, you know? I mean, like, as an attendee, you know, okay, so I'll get into that in a minute. 6 core modules as we defined with Eventimobile: personalized agenda, social wall, a completely internal event-based social network, your social network, your event social network, helps people get together, helps people position themselves as thought leaders, helps you find people who are really active at your event as well. So analytics, very important. Some more fun modules like photo wall, gamification, a meeting module, and last but not the least is the iBeacon modules, which are like totally redefining and adding to that wow factor the way events are run these days. So before I begin into diving deeper into each of these modules, I just wanted to check if Mihir had anything to add before I go in. Mihir, anything you wanted to add before I move on?
Nothing as of right now. You know, again, these modules are all configurable, and like Varun was saying, it's all customized based on your needs. All of these modules are almost like a plug and play where you can enable, disable various different things, manage, you know, your menu items so that, you know, if certain events you don't need certain features or don't want to use certain of these core modules, you know, you'll be able to do that also. So it's very, you know, flexible per event basis on, you know, how you can control and manage what is required for event specific, you know, event specific for your app itself. So beyond that, again.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that was a very important point that Meher made right now is that, these days, another point that apps can have so many features that can get overwhelming, for you, for your attendees. You might try to give them that wow experience, but you might actually end up getting feedback from the attendees. We had no ideas what to do. There was just so much on that app. We just wanted some simple features to be able to do this, that, and this, and we were not able to find that. So you really need to understand what your audience will be looking for. And that's why we have given you this amazing, we have with Event Mobile, this amazing configurable CMS where you can turn on and off features and modules in real time. So if you see people are getting really frustrated, not with some module which is not something that they needed, or the audience is not being able to relate to that very well, you can easily take that off for your next event, or even for that event. In that case, if you think that will improve the experiences for that event, you can easily turn that off. So I completely agree with Meher, and that was a great point that he made, that we have a completely configurable enterprise CMS that helps you do that. So moving on, diving deeper into each feature. So as I said, personalized agenda, just thinking of the word personalized agenda, doesn't that give you the idea how easy it will make the life for your attendees? Like at a lot of these events, and I'm sure a lot of your events, a lot of these delegates that you're inviting, a lot of these people that are coming, these are really busy people. These people are taking time out of their busy schedule to come to your event. They're taking time out from their everyday schedule, from getting up every day, going to work, doing those meetings. So they're actually backing those meetings up to come to your event. Now, it's our job to make it easy for them to organize their schedule. Like, if you're setting up an event that's 2 months from today, I, as an attendee, have no ideas what meetings are going to be at that time. I will keep getting meeting requests. I don't even remember that there's an event at that time. There's nothing on my calendar. My calendar is clean, wide open. I will keep accepting those meeting requests. And now I land at the event, and I want to attend this session by this amazing speaker that I've been looking forward to for weeks. And I get a beep on my phone saying, ding, ding, you have a call with your most important client right now. And you're like, oh, how did this happen? Because you had no ways to know that at the same time there's going to be this really important session that's going on. So what we did was we gave the agenda as a personalizable item. People can easily add agenda items, session items to their calendar straight away, months in advance. So now if I'm getting a meeting request and I see, hey, this session is so cool, I really want to attend this session, and it's 2 months or it's 2 weeks from now, you can say, hey, I'm actually not available at that time. Can we reschedule this meeting to another hour, or maybe just another day? But you can't do that at the last minute when you're actually about to, go to the session. But if you have 2 weeks notice, people can easily work around their schedule. So this really helps people, plan their event better, to make sure they don't miss the sessions that they're coming for all the way, traveling miles in an airplane to attend your event, and then end up sitting in some secluded corner crowd somewhere with their laptop in their hand and silently speaking into a microphone saying, hey guys, I'm on the call. So that really helps. These kind of things really help people, because they're like, wow, they gave me this option. I had a great experience because I had all my meetings scheduled in advance. I had all my agenda scheduled in advance. And we also take that a step further, where you're allowed to upload like a personalized agenda for attendees. So at a lot of events, we have VIP attendees. We have these CEOs, CTOs, COOs coming, even any other VIP, like your client, your guest, or somebody. And you want to not even have them go through the hassle of going through all the sessions and finding which session is relevant for them. Obviously, you can let them do that as well, but you also want to give them this experience that when they log into the app is completely tailored and personalized for them already. So you can actually upload a personalized agenda from the back end, so that when I, say Varun Kashyap, logs into your event, I see only the sessions, I see all the sessions that have already been mapped to that are totally relevant to me. And I'm like, wow, how did this happen? I just logged into this app. How did they know that I wanted to attend these sessions? That's how you create that wow experience. That's how you give attendees the feeling, hey, these guys are doing something completely different and making my life easier and giving me this amazing experience that makes me feel special. Similarly, how the sessions are navigated these days is completely changed from the way it was done. Like even I would say like a year ago, like because the technology is evolving, the event industry is evolving so rapidly. We've got a fully built-in audience response system, and a lot of event apps are bringing this into their product suite as well. A lot of events organizers that we work with, they used to do multiple solutions. They used to use multiple softwares for their event. So one software would just help them do like polls, like Q&A. One software would do like the event app stuff, like basic information. And then they would have some other software for like lead generation to scan exhibitors, etc. So they were using multiple technologies, multiple expenditure, and then they still have to print out these personalized schedules for everybody on the registration. So as soon as a person registered along with the badge, they would print out. So a lot of paper costs, a lot of guidebook costs. What we did was we were like, hey, come on, we have a mobile app, and a mobile is something that attendees have on their hand literally throughout the event. They might not have a laptop, they might not have an iPad, but they will always have a mobile phone. This is 2015. People can leave their home without their wallet, but they will never leave their home without their phone. And we all know that. The first thing we see when we wake up is our phone to see what's going on. The last thing we see before we go to bed is literally our phone. And this is the story of almost, I think, 80 to 90% of humanity right now. So bringing everything into a single software, into a single app, and on their phone also gives them a sense of power that I have all this right here, and also makes your life that 100 times easier by not having to log into multiple systems, not having to talk to multiple vendors, this is how I want it, this is how I want it, and not having to download 20 different reports from 20 different places and then merge them, sitting 20 days off of the show, just merging reports and creating that one consolidated report. We brought it all into one single product, into one single app. And that's why event apps now are totally different and totally, something that you cannot even think whether you need or not, because it makes not just the attendees' life that much great, but your life as well as the overall experience. So coming back to live Q&A and polls, this is part of our audience response system, which allows you to set up live polls in real time through the backend. Attendees can vote using their mobile devices. So when you publish a poll, they will get a notification on their device, a push notification that a poll has been published for this event. The speaker can literally navigate and guide his entire session, direct his entire session using these polls. One of the examples that we have of amazing poll usage was at a recent event run by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, their annual employee event. They used Eventomobile, and they exhausted the polling feature. They had like multiple polls in every session, and the speakers were literally navigating the session using polls. So over every 5 slides, there would be a poll, and based on the results of that poll, they would choose the second set of 5 slides, or they would tailor the content and the conversation accordingly. That gave people that sense of empowerment that, okay, this speaker cares about what we think. He's not just giving us information, but he cares about what we think. He's taking real-time feedback and then giving us information. So that kind of changes the whole nature of the way events are run. I mean, like, this never used to happen. People used to be like, wait until the end of session to get a survey form, which was kind of a liability in a way for people. Oh my God, I have to do this before I go. Wow, this is not fair. Nobody wanted to fill out these survey forms. And coming back to Q&A, I spoke at a lot of events. I've attended a lot of sessions myself, and the most common experience that I've had is that last 10 minutes or last 5 minutes before the session is about to get over, the speaker would open the floor to questions. There would be somebody with a mic and say, hey, anybody has a question? Everybody's like sitting looking at the speaker as though, and the speaker's like, was my session that great that nobody has any questions, or was it that bad that nobody even cares or bothers? I mean, it's always that confusing feeling as a speaker, like, okay, I mean, I'm glad nobody's asking any questions because I don't know what's going to come at me, but it's not that good, right? I mean, like, I don't know what happened. Did people even relate to what I said? And a lot of times that happens because a lot of people are hesitant. There's this thing, okay, I have to stand up and win 50 people. Is my question going to be that good or not? What if it's not that right? What if it's not the right question? And a lot of people just say, forget it. I'll probably just ask him later. I'll just walk up to him, or I'll email him, or I'll get his email number from somewhere, email address from somewhere, and then email him later. And they just don't do it. And then second thing is that a lot of people have questions in their mind during the slide that might be like in the 5th minute of the session or the 10th minute of the session. But by the time the floor got open for Q&A, that question has gone from their head, because it took so long for them to get from that point to the Q&A point that so much information was given between that time and this time that all those questions that they had, they completely forgot about that, and you're totally blank. I had a great question. What was that? So to avoid those things, we built on a live Q&A module within the app. So as soon as an attendee has a question in his mind, he can post the question via the app. Now, we do understand that there can be sessions that have 1,000 attendees, and there might not be enough time for the speaker to answer all the questions. So we have a built-in moderation element. So moderate those questions. Select the questions out of the best questions. Have voting on the questions. So publish these questions to a large screen and ask people to vote on those questions, which questions they want answered right away. That's where people feel empowered. That's where they feel, hey, these people actually care about it. This is cool. They're answering the questions we wanted them to answer. So that's the real fun. That's the real fun. Publish these questions, publish these poll results to a live screen. Give them that wow experience. Make them feel like they're on the set of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something, that their devices is letting them, put their answers on the live screen. Have them read their answers. Have them see their results on the live screen, as well as have those results available on the mobile phones. Give people that wow factor. That's what makes events different. That's what makes events successful. That's what makes people come back to events, is that wow factor during the session, during an event. Again, one of the biggest pain points that's always been, as I already kind of touched on that, is surveys. And we all want feedback from the event. That's the whole purpose of running events. That's the only way you can actually get real-time feedback from actual customers who can actually see and feel your company and your product. It's actually at live events. That's experiential marketing. That's what it is all about, totally all about. Now, if we're not getting the right analytics back, if we're not getting these analytics back, if we're not getting the right data back, it's a total waste. It's a total waste of all that money that we put into this event. We gave people this wow factor. We have them come to this, evening band event where they had a great time. They got sauce. They had a great time. Everybody left giving us hugs, saying, "Hey, great event," blah blah blah. But what did we get back from the event? Hey, they enjoyed the band. Oh, they enjoyed the drinks. That's not the data that we wanted. We wanted real-time data on actual genuine questions. So what happens is people get given these survey forms, or you send these via things like SurveyMonkey post the event, and now I'm back from the event. I'm back on my desk, and I'm like, hey, I need to fill this survey up sometime. I know, I'll get to it, and you never get to it. People never get to it, and you never get that data that you needed. You never get that data. We brought that back into the app, published simple survey forms, give them points, add gamification, give them points. If you have educational credits, give them extra credits for filling those survey points. Have a timer, like if you filled in the survey by X date, X time during the event, you get so many points towards the gamification leaderboard. And make it easy. Make the form available on the form, a simple click, 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 add text, add anything they want to, make it easy for them. Get the data that you want, make them enter that data, and give them and reward them for doing that. So that makes their life easy. That gives them something in return for doing that, and that gives you exactly what you need, the data and the feedback that you needed from people who came to the event. Now that was all about managing and enhancing the way you're running things. Now we're going to talk about more about how you can make the event more fun, how you can make event more than just an educational event, how you can make people feel more fun at an event that is all about trading commodities and stuff like that, but you still want them to have a little fun. So you have to have multiple things. I mean, a lot of people these days, I have a Twitter account, and every morning I log into my Twitter, there's more than 100,000 tweets already made over there every day. So people love talking. People love positioning themselves as thought leaders. People love sharing stuff. And to take your event to that next level, This is the most important tool you have. Have people collaborate content to your event. The social wall is the easiest way for you to have people collaborate content at your event, to give them that feeling of getting access to this really amazing event, to this really amazing content that only they could have gotten on this event feed. Instead of going and searching it at multiple web pages, let people post images, let people comment, let people have conversations, let people debate on the social wall. Take it to the next level. Take it to the next level. And make them feel wow. Find your thought leaders. A pretty cool example that I have from one of the events that we did. I can't name the event, unfortunately, but from the social wall, there was this amazing person posting such amazing content, such amazing educational content every few minutes. And the organizers, when they ran the analytics, they found his content even way more educational, way more statistical than any of the presenters they had at their event, any of the speakers there. Not who that person was, the person he was. And they actually invited him to their next event as a speaker, as a keynote speaker, because he was so good. So these things are like really cool. They take your event to the next level, give you back things that you had no ideas are going on at your event. I mean, people can just tweet something or just put something on the social wall, and you find out from there, oh, this is going on at my event? Okay, wow, awesome. People are talking about this. Let them post images. Let them post event images. Let them post random images. Obviously, this is completely moderated again. You can delete, moderate, publish, unpublish, do whatever you want. But give them that feeling to publish their content to the event. Not only see everybody else's content. Again, empowering your attendees should be your key motivation. Give them the feeling that they are important, that their content is important, and let them publish their content. Let them put it on the social wall. Let them publish their content. Let them publish amazing feeds. Let them connect, collaborate. And then add more fun. Just let them add images. Have like your in-app Instagram. Let people publish images to the app. Again, moderate these images. You don't want people at cocktails doing funny stuff probably on your event. I mean, again, maybe you want it. Maybe you don't, depending on the nature of the event. So moderate these, but have this photo wall thing. This is such an amazing thing. You can even publish this to a live wall, so people walking around the show can then see a slideshow of images that they posted. How cool is that? Hey, that's me. That's us. What are we doing up there on the screen? Similarly, you can even have a video wall. Share your session videos. Interview people. Get their feedback from the event. Put it on the video wall. See what people are saying about your event. Have other people see what's going on at the event. Have people who are not even at the event feel that they're a part of the event by looking at the videos. And another thing that comes with the social wall is elongating that life cycle of your event. So one thing that the event app, I think, is probably the only tool that helps you do is increase the life of your event. People can start collaborating, connecting, and messaging other attendees. People can start posting stuff on the social wall. People can start creating their personalized agenda way in advance. Even before they come to the event, they can post on social wall, who all are attending this session? What do you think? Which session do you think I should be attending? What are you attending? And people start talking, even before the event. And then even after the event, they've gone back, they can still go back into the app, and you can keep your event alive. You can keep sending them push notifications saying, hey, check this out. We have a new survey in there. Hey, check this out. We have new pictures from the event. We have a new video. We have this. We have that. So keep them happy. Give them a feeling, hey, I attended this event. It's still alive. Similarly, and then obviously coming back to, your usability is that if a lot of our organizers, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people sitting on the other side of this webinar right now, they don't just do one event a year. They're busy people. They're doing hundreds of events a year, tens of events a year, or maybe just 5 events a year. But each event, as I said, is unique. It's got its own identity, and personalize each event. Have different colors, themes, logos, so that people feel different. I mean, even if I'm attending all 5 events, but I shouldn't feel that, oh, it's the same app. I should feel something's different. Hey, this is different. This is this event. Change the colors, change the themes. Obviously, as Mihir pointed out, not all events are the same. Not all events need the same features. So turn off or turn on features that are more relevant to this event, and then keep managing your events accordingly. Give people a different experience at different events. A very important tool. I think this is, again, one of the most important tools that people love about event apps is access to event-related documents, access to presentations, ability to take notes. That takes their session experience, that takes their event experience to a whole different level. Oh man, I'm not able to attend that session because I'm attending this session. But hey, I can still get access to that presentation because I have the app. You know, I can still see what was going on at that session. So these are things that, again, add that more value. People can go back to the app weeks after the event, months after the event, and look at a session presentation. I'm going for a meeting. Hey, you know what? There was this session I attended where the speaker was talking about this amazing tool. What was that? I'm going to this meeting. I go into the event app, look for that session, find that presentation. I might even just copy the slide, but that's not the right thing to do. But you know, that just makes their life so much easier. Hey, wow, you know, I could get access to that. How else would you do that? People would ask the speaker to send an email. Speakers sometimes do that. Speakers sometimes don't do that. But this just makes their life so much easier. You know, everything that they needed about the event, everything amazing that you guys are doing, you're bringing these amazing speakers or doing these amazing presentations, all should be alive after the event. Why end that after the third day or the second day of the event? Why make all that redundant? Make that as a living data. Have that data live forever. Networking. Oh God, I can't even, you know, start and end this in like, I think 5 minutes. I think networking now is probably becoming the core of an event, of every event these days that I go to. People, if they don't have enough networking options at an event, I've seen people get so disappointed and so rattled. How do I find this person? I know this person's at this event. I want to find this person. How do I find this person? Oh, go to the announcement window. Tell them to come to the information desk. Wow, how easy is that? Well, I mean, why not make it easy? Why not make it easy for people to discover attendees, not just the people that they know are at the event, but people that they don't even know are at the event but might be so relevant for them. Give them options. Give them options to enhance their own profile, add tags to their profile. I am a mobile application guru or something like that. I'm an evangelist. Stuff like that. Add tags. I love playing golf. I love playing tennis. I love doing, you know, I love talking about digital marketing. I love talking about politics, whatever. Add those tags and then let them see who else is interested in the same stuff. And then see matching users so that they can see, hey, this guy is like, is he my twin? Like, he likes the same stuff as I do. I need to connect with this guy. Help them find people around them. You know, we have a tab called Around Me. We use iBeacons for that so people can see who's around them. Not just that, you're sitting in a session. You just want to see who else is in the session. How else are you going to do that? How else do you, I mean, the traditional way of networking is, okay, at a cocktail party, I go and talk to and say hi to everybody I meet. Okay, I collect the 50 business cards. That's if I'm like super social. Out of those 50 business cards, which took me like a zillion years to talk about stuff that I really didn't even want to talk about to people, and get those 50 cards, then I get to know that out of those 50 cards, only 2 people are people I really wanted to talk to. The rest were like just a complete waste of time. And that's it. You come back from the event and you have like 5 to 6 relevant contacts in your hand that were like, okay, these are the people I want to stay in touch with. The rest was just, you know, good to meet. Now you have this amazing tool. Way in advance to the event, you can start planning your meetings. You can start seeing who's coming, what does this person do. You can discover people by the matching, so you can add tags to your field so that you can find matching users. You can set up meetings with them via the app. You can send them messages. You can have in-app messages, in-app communication with these people. When was the last time people used to do that? I don't remember a long time back. This all started recently. This is all mobile app technology. This is what mobile app brings to your events. Give them this amazing feeling that, okay, I can do this, I can do that. And this is, I think, becoming one of the core features these days at every event is the ability for people to network, them to make it easy for them to set up meetings and get them more value out of the event. So a lot of events, again, coming back to standard stuff, a lot of us sitting in this business webinar today, as well as a lot of our clients these days, one of the biggest concerns that is getting with everybody is we're posting so much important content to these apps, to these mobile apps. This could be organizational content. This could be forecasts. This could be stuff that is very proprietary or, you know, very IP. And you don't want it to leak out. A lot of times you don't want it to leak out. You just want to make sure the stuff stays secure, the stuff stays within the realms of the boundaries you want it to stay within. So Event2Mobile is a partner with the largest mobile device management firms in the world, Good and Mobileye. We go that extra step to make sure that the apps are totally secure, that your data doesn't go out. That gives you as an event organizer, as well as everybody else in your organization who's involved with that event, that sense of peace, that sense of confidence and freedom that I can post whatever I want to the app without worrying about this data getting leaked out. We go that extra step of adding encryptions. All our apps are 256-bit encrypted. We have secure hosting, and we make sure that your event is secure. Now, a lot of people don't really know yet, a lot of people, unless they've been told that how important is security of the event apps, but it's something I think coming in future will become one of the most important things on the app selection criteria is how secure this app is. Just like every other IT tool these days that you're using. I mean, how many hacks are happening all over the world right now? Everything gets hacked. So we have to make sure that things are secure. You want to make sure, especially if you have a closed event, especially if you have an event that is only meant for a certain set of eyes and not for everybody in the world to be able to get access to. That's where these things get really important. And we take that extra step. We always make sure that we are a step ahead of people who are trying to reach this. So we're proud of being the only company who's partnered with both Mobileye and Good as well as AirWatch as an official partner to provide the most secure enterprise as well as event apps. Okay, and I don't know if anybody has any questions, but I think analytics is something that all of us talk about and all of us know. As an event organizer, for you, there is nothing more important than the data that you get back from the event. Now, this data needs to be properly presented, though. I mean, if you have a 10,000 people event, the amount of data that you get can get overwhelming, can get so overwhelming. You need to have easy to watch dashboards, one-click view of what you're looking for, easy to be able to search for the reports that you're looking for. That's what we work on. That's what we provide. We have integrations with both Google Analytics and Flurry. We provide in-app analytic tools like everything that you would probably imagine, like what happened at that session, which session was the most successful session, how many speakers views, which speaker was the most viewed speaker, how many polls were entered, what were the poll results, what was session feedbacks, everything that you can fathom and imagine about a session, how many people attended that session. Even using tools like iBeacon to give you footfall numbers, like how many people were walking around your trade show floor, how many people were around a booth, which part of your trade show was getting the highest amount of traffic, what time of the day were you getting everything that you can possibly imagine, what time of the day were you seeing a lot of people attending sessions, what time of the day were the sessions absolutely empty, what time of the day did you see a lot of people walking around the exhibit floor, which part of the exhibit floor, which exhibitor was the most sought after exhibitor, similarly sought after speakers, help surface those dark leads for you. You probably didn't even know that this user was trying to do this. Now you know that, and you can help them get to whatever that user wanted because you know exactly what that user wanted, and now you can go ahead and convert that user. That's exactly what you need because you're doing this event, you're running this event, which is, you're spending so much money on this event, and you need to know who are the most, important leads that you got back from that event. That's the only thing that matters at the end of the day is leads that can help you propagate your business forward. So some more important features include enterprise integration. So if you're running, if you're a corporate events organizer, if you run events for large corporations, again, security was one thing that is very important. Analytics is, again, very important for that. But enterprise integration is something that you would love as well. And the easier it is to integrate the app, the more easy becomes your life and the more fruitful it becomes for the users. So enterprise integrations include stuff like integrating with your single sign-on, your Active Directory, so that people are automatically logged in, they get a personalized experience straight away. Obviously, security is very important for enterprise apps. Integrating with your existing systems. So if you have a CRM, like Salesforce or something like that, You want all the app data to go there, all the leads that are coming from the app to go there. If you have an event management system or a registration system that you're using for your events where people log in, you can integrate that. You can bring all that data directly, plug it into the app, make your life easier, make everybody's life easier, and make it more fruitful. So these are just some of the integrations that we do. There's tons of others. If you visit our website, www.eventmobile.com, you can read more about integrations. You can always reach out to us via the website. We have a chatting tool on the website. At the end of this presentation, I'll give you my email, my phone number. You can always reach out to me if you would like to get some more information about how we're doing integrations. So this is one of the largest case studies that we did on integration. So integrated Lanyon with our app for one of the largest financial events in the United States. And it was, again, a seamless integration to bring like everything from session data to surveys and feedbacks going back from the apps. It was two-way integration. People were getting educational credit, so they needed to capture session attendance. They needed to publish surveys to people who have attended a certain session only. And then when they fill those surveys, people would get educational points only towards that survey. So all these we're doing through cross integration with their existing tools, where these, where the survey data was being housed or where the educational points were being housed. And before we go anywhere else, I think this is again one of the most important, one of the most fun features that event apps have these days is gamification. A lot of apps have different gamification modules, but the whole point about gamification is adding that fun experience to your attendee and giving them a reason to do things at the event, giving them a motivation that will make them feel like they're not just doing it to learn something, but it's fun doing that. Give them points for doing stuff on the event app. Have a leaderboard that gives them points for like participating in a poll, participating in a survey, asking questions, posting on the social wall, and have this amazing gamification module that we did for McKinsey, one of our clients. And I'd like Mihir. Mihir, are you still there?
Hey, yes.
Can you talk a little about the badges portion of the gamification? I think you'll probably be able to explain that a little better than I can.
Sure, of course. So again, like Varun said, you always want to have engagement, and this is one of the ways that we increase the engagement of the users while they're at the event. It's a really fun way of doing this, and the way that our client has used it. There's three different types of games. One is a location finding game where you can go place QR codes or iBeacons and things like that. In various different locations, you can enable these locations at any given time, so it's kind of like preset. So you can actually you can actually set the order of how you want your users to go and where you want them to go. So they get various different points for going to various different places and scanning the QR code or the beacon. All of those points and everything can be set, and everything is configurable via the CMS, even the icons, the logos, everything that you use, and the notifications that you get once you actually get there. So you could get the congratulations message, but at the same time you can also say, congratulations, you've unlocked this, but here's your next location. So you can actually set that route for them via the CMS. There's also there's also gamifications for things like polls. So you can actually ask questions. It's almost a question-based. So wherever you get to the location, you can actually scan it and you will get a question. Now you could get it up to like 3 attempts. You can actually gauge how many points you get. Full points for the first attempt if you get it right in the first attempt. 50 points, 50% of those points if you get it on the second attempt, and then 25% if you get it on the third attempt, things like that. So you can actually set, even to that level, granular level, you can actually set how those points and engagements work. So that's a really cool thing. And then the final one is having the connections being made. So again, this adds more engagement to not only the event itself, but the networking aspect, where you are getting points for scanning other users. So while you're making while you're networking with and finding like-minded people and using the networking module that Varun had explained earlier, you can also now earn points for it. And a lot of times you don't even need prizes and things like that. People are very competitive and they actually like that type of engagement. And so there is a full leaderboard where you can track your achievements, how many badges you've unlocked and everything like that. You can also get the full amount of points that you earn not only within the app for doing various things like taking polls, making social wall comments and things like that. But now these points which you have preset, those can also get added and they get aggregated, and now all of a sudden you're competing with everyone. So there's various different ways of doing it, and some clients, if you have sponsors and things like that, you can also have your sponsors basically give out prizes and add a whole new different layer of competition for this specific area. So that's just one of the ways that the gamifications work, and this is a really fun module that you can actually leverage and really have your attendees engage in a really fun and competitive way. And at the same time, it's possible sponsorship opportunities, for your event itself. So I hope that answers the questions.
No, that's perfect, Mir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that insight. So as Mir said, guys, I mean that takes your event, I mean, like to that level where you can not just give the information that people want on the tip of their fingers, but also make them have fun getting that information and doing things that you want them to do, to get the information that you need from them as like analytics and feedback, as well as get your sponsors more, just more visibility at the event. So, and as he said, like competition is like built into human nature. So, one quick example was at an event that we did for one of the largest financial institutions. Those people didn't even need those prizes that were being given out. It was like a Kindle Fire or like a Bose headset or something like that. But the amount of competition that was around the gamification, like people would come to the mobile support desk every 10 minutes asking, how does he have more points than I do? How does she have more points than I do? So it's pretty amazing how these things really change the nature and add that different feeling to your event. Like simple things like adding a treasure hunt, making people walk through the event floor, finding different treasures. You can hide iBeacons, you can hide QR code. Not just gives them something fun to do, but it also helps you direct people walk around your event in the direction that you want them to walk around. So you can place these beacons or these QR codes strategically so people can, meet different, walk through the floor, view different exhibitors, etc. Give them an easy way to, set up meetings, build in a meeting module to your event app that allows them not just to find people, but also send them a meeting request. And take that to another step, not just set up a meeting when these two people, but also allocate them like places where they can reserve like meeting tables or meeting booths for them via the app. Give them that another wow experience via the event app. The last thing that we want to touch base on before we open the floor to questions is integration of iBeacons, and this is one of the most coolest and latest things that we have added, and a lot of event apps are trying to bring this into them as well, is the ability for you to connect to people on a more local level. Like if you have a large show, 10,000 people or 2,000 people, or even a few hundred people, and you just want a message to go to a few people that are sitting in a specific location. Like you want to send a message to people sitting in a theater, tell them that, okay, Q&A is now available. Or you just want to get like data back from that theater as to how many people are sitting, how many people are clicking on presentations, how many people are doing what. iBeacons are Bluetooth devices that connect to every phone that has Bluetooth turned on within their range. So you can set the range of a beacon from 1 meter to 60 meters. It's configurable. Similarly, you can place beacons in an exhibit booth. You can add that as a part of your exhibitor package, so exhibitors can send out personalized notifications. It comes out as a push alert to users when they're walking by their booth. So if they're having something going on, kind of a promotion going on at their booth, gives them that additional way to attract people to their booth. And it also helps you generate more revenue. So you can have like cost added to that to that sponsored messages going on. Also, it helps you deliver a more personalized and cool experience to attendees. So people, the moment they walk in the event gates, they can get a personalized message. Hey, welcome to this event. Now walk over to the registration desk. Hey, welcome to the registration desk. We will be right with you. Or just print your badge by scanning your QR code on the app over here. So those kind of things, giving them people real-time messaging just to that person in real time based on where that person is at that moment at the show, kind of gives that cool experience that, oh wow, how did this happen? How did they know I've walked into the show? You can put it in the shuttles that you keep. So if there's a shuttle that's going on, you can have a beacon in the shuttle. You can get personalized notifications in the shuttle. The moment they're picked up from the airport, you can get a message, welcome to Detroit, welcome to Michigan, welcome to whatever, like New York or something like that, and we'll look forward to meeting you today at 5 p.m. So things like that really add, a really cool experience to attendees. And again, this presentation and this webinar will be posted to our website, so please feel free to come back or share these with your colleagues. This is how we break down the app maturity. It's basically 4 levels, as we call it. Level 1 is basic information, or have all your information into an event app, like agenda, speaker bios, sponsors, and exhibitor profiles. Make them as enhanced as possible. Level 2 is where I feel the real app usability and features and the benefits of our app really start kicking in. Obviously, there is a lot of benefits at level 1 as well, like download session presentations, exhibitor collaterals available via the app, the ability to make the app multilingual. So if you have a multilingual audience, you can make the apps multilingual. Ability to send out personalized alerts, ability to do live Q&A, poll sessions, and ratings, and feedback via the app. The social features help them network, help them find out and discover other attendees, set up meetings, etc. Give them points, add more fun to their event, give them gamification. Those are the level 3 social features. And then if you're running enterprise events like for large corporations, level 4 again will become one of the most important features moving forward, which we've already noticed that a lot of these larger organizations are involving their IT in the app selection process. So after you've selected the features and everything, the last round of approval goes via the IT, whether the app is secure enough or not. So Eventomobile has all the security features. So these features become really important for you as well to know whether that app has or not. It won't be a waste of your time if you're doing demos with event apps that have these features, instead of doing multiple demos with apps that don't have these features and then your IT disapproving those apps. So some of the clients that have been actively using Event2Mobile include the likes of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They've been using for all their meetings throughout 2014 and 2015. LGT Bank, based out of Switzerland. VMware for their annual convention, as well as many other large clients, large companies, as well as large events. So, I mean, it's not just for large events, to be very honest. We have clients that do like 50 people events also using Event2Mobile, because we have multiple editions of Event2Mobile that are available for different categories of events. So depending on the type of event you have, you can always feel free to reach out to us. These are our locations based on wherever you are. In the United States, which is probably going to be more specific to this webinar, we're based out of New York City. We can be reached out at all these numbers. My name is Varun Kashyap. My email address is varun.kashyap@webspiders.com. Or you can even just reach out to us at products@webspiders.com or contact@event2mobile.com to get any questions answered. So we're approaching the end of this webinar. I just want to check if anybody had any questions for us. Okay. So I get one question. How easy is it to manage the app data and set up polls during a session? So it's very easy, actually. You have a very easy CMS that you can use to manage the app data. It's probably one of the easiest softwares that you've ever used, and we are constantly making it easier and more usable, as well as polls can literally be set up within like 2 minutes, literally by 2 minutes. Pricing of the app, yep, that's another question. So yeah, our apps, as I said, we have multiple editions. Our Enterprise Edition apps start from $7,500 for a single event. We do have multi-event packages, multi-year contracts where the app price per event can go down depending on the number of events you want to license it for. So the bulk license prices drop the event price for a single event down. So that makes it a lot more affordable. And we have 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. support available, local support because we are global, so we can provide local support in different locations. We're powered out of New York City, so we can provide any time of support in the United States. And yeah, any other questions? Nope. Okay, so I guess we're good for
I actually have one question.
Sure.
My name is Steven from New York. In terms of like, let's say if I want to resell, because we're like an event management company, do you guys have like options for event resellers?
Hi, Steven. How are you?
I'm doing.
Thanks for that question. Really appreciate that. And yes, we do have a complete partner package available. We have reseller options available. We have on our website eventomobile.com/partners. You can go and register yourself as a partner over there. We have reseller options available for both our standard product as well as for our exhibitor product. Once you go to that website, that link, and register yourself, one of our partner reps will be directly in contact with you and will be assigned to you, who will help you get all the marketing collaterals that you need that could assist you. We will set up with demo sandbox versions of the app that you can use to demo to your clients, etc. So yes, we have the full reseller model available, and you can.
I'll take a look at that now. Thank you for that insight.
Absolutely. Thanks for the question. Appreciate that.
And one thing to add to that answer actually is even with the reselling of it, we actually have great sponsorship packages as well that just come with the app itself where you can use it. Varun had mentioned, and he went through a little bit of the branding. You could pick and choose various different colors, all on an event-based level. We can also manage, various banner ads, splash screens, welcome screens that can be branded. So you can actually do co-branding per event, as well as the full app itself, along with various other ways. And then all of these, for example, the sponsorship pages, which you can make, really cool custom sponsorship pages, which lead you to their, various different links, whether it be their website or whatever promotions that that sponsor is currently doing. As Varun also mentioned, using beacons and reselling beacons and things like that. So again, we just wanted to clarify, even on top of what Varun had mentioned in terms of that there are sponsorship packages that also help help you as a reseller to really get the bang for your buck kind of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Mayor, for adding that. That's a very important point that people really need to know. So thank you. Guys, I think we're reaching 12 o'clock, so I understand it's a Monday and everybody has things to do. So as I said, this webinar will be posted to our website. My colleagues will share the link of the webinar with you via email, so feel free to share it with your colleagues. And as we said, reach out to any one of us at Eventomobile. Our contact is available via the website. I just gave you a couple of contact emails as well. For any inquiries you have, we'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mayor. Thanks, Stephen.